We are Academy Hype, and you're watching Kababayan Today. Hey.
Yes, apparently there's a booming subculture of dance in Waipahu in Hawaii, and you're going to meet them later on the show. But before that, real estate update.
This real estate buzz segment is brought to you by McLeod and Associates, a full-service real estate and mortgage firm. It's not about the number of homes we sell, it's about the difference we make in people's lives.
The beauty and brains, Miss Mia McLeod of McLeod and Associates alone. Welcome to Kababayan Today.
Thanks. Magandang hapon po. There's my little Tagalog.
Yeah. All right. Well, a lot of frequently asked questions when it comes to real estate. The last time you were here, you were taking some of the phone calls.
Yeah, that was fun.
And, you know, I realized that there were other people calling, wanting to know about bankruptcy, wanting to know about the laws, but they're not quite as open. Do you get that? Like,
Yes.
they're not quite as open to consult.
Yes, and you know what? It's funny that you mentioned that because we ended up getting more calls into the office, not through the live show, and they were saying, oh my gosh, I'm here to call. I don't want to mention my name. And but they called afterwards. And, you know, it is a personal matter. And so a lot of people don't want to put their name out there and maybe...
And then their neighbors relatives will find out about their problems.
Yeah, so it's understandable. But everything is completely confidential at our office. It's just a, you know, a very personal one-on-one call. So, you know, we're very professional on that side.
And thank you so much for guiding our Kababayans all the way through. And so this is now very important to talk about because you were mentioning earlier during the break that there are new guidelines for FHA loans and conventional loans.
Yes, well, this came out in January. FHA changed the loan limit in San Bernardino and Riverside County to $355,000.
Okay.
Now, the challenge there, $355,000, you're dealing with cities like Rancho Cucamonga, Temecula, Chino Hills, where, you know,
the houses
are like $500,000 or more.
Right.
And so when you go FHA, normally it's 3.5% down.
Okay.
But when the loan limits change like that, and you're buying something, let's say that's $500,000, they're only going to loan you up to $355,000. So you have to bring in such a big difference. So it has affected a lot of buyers in the pipeline. But they did this. FHA did this a few years ago, and I remember a lot of people challenged it, and it ended up, you know, they had to change. They had to change because it just doesn't match the market value in those areas.
So there is hope.
Yeah, the likelihood of this really staying, I think, is slim. We've experienced it before, but the issue is those that are in the pipeline now are already getting affected.
So what would you suggest to them? Wait or delay?
Well, no, some are already in escrow. So, you know, so a lot of our clients, what we've luckily been able to do is switch the loan program over to a conventional 5% down. And, you know, luckily conventional also lowered their FICO score requirement. Before they were very strict. They wanted 700, 720 and above for a 5% down conventional, but now they're willing to take like 620, 640 FICO score. So we're able to switch it over. Yeah, so there is a plan B. There's a plan B. So definitely don't cancel out on your escrow. Try to see if you can cross or change the program to a conventional program.
Wonderful. That was a question from Melchor from Diamond Bar. Thank you so much for sending that question over. And now here's a question from Nancy of Woodland Hills. You've heard the old saying, location, location, location. Is it still true in today's market that real estate is all about location?
Okay, you know, Janelle, I don't think it's ever been about just location. You know, that was how it was branded, and that's what we were fed. But honestly, it's always been about location, condition, and price. But price supersedes all three because any property listed at the right price will sell. But you can have like a high-rise condo or a penthouse or a beachfront property in the most amazing areas in the world, but if it's listed or offered at the wrong price, it won't sell.
If it's too high. If it's too high.
Versus a dilapidated property in Timbuktu, but
price really low.
Price low, price favorable investor will snatch that up right away.
Okay, so we're talking about investment. What about some people are saying, because if you pick a right location, the houses or properties there in that good location will not really depreciate in value.
Okay, so to understand your question, you're saying if you pick a good location, even if the economy or the real estate market goes down, it won't get affected that much. You know, even when the real estate market did hit and went through some troubled times in 2008, 2009, you know, everyone got affected, but there are definitely certain areas that were able to hold their value a lot more.
Okay.
Yes.
So it's not just location, 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 but rather it's location, condition, and
price. And price supersedes everything. Anything listed at the right price will sell.
Thank you so much. If you have more questions, that's their number. Call now. I'll see you again next time.
Yes.
More power to you.
Thank you.
Entertainment news when we return. Don't go away.